guys, we are back on the lanai, and I hope you guys are well and doing fine, and weather's good where you are. We finally got a couple good days without any rain. This is the rainy season, and it should be good for a couple more days, and then back at it with the rain. But
well, it has typhoon right now.
well, it's typhoon. So. Oh yeah, there is a big one coming. Jesus, just keeps going. So I was just at the mall on Monday, and I ran into a subscriber, and he informed me that he had been watching our channel since we began our YouTube channel back in 2015. And his name was Jimmy Chapman, and
with his wife.
Well, but he wasn't married back then.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, he started discovering in the Philippines, and eventually found his wife. I think 2 years ago he got married, if I'm not mistaken. But it's good running into you, Jimmy. So it got me just thinking now. I appreciate our subscribers, and you guys have been sticking with us. We thank you guys for your loyalty. Appreciate it.
Yes.
And what about you?
Our video for today is we get this idea from Gloria Farmer 6826. She messaged us in our recent comment. She said, "Hi Maris, mayroon lang akong itatanong. Mas mabuti ba diyan tumira kumpara sa US?" So I'm gonna translate it in English. My nose gonna be bleeding. Well, that's a joke over here. So she said, "Is it better to live there in the Philippines compared to USA?" So we have a notes over here. It's Philippines and USA.
This is based on our opinion after living here for a year and a half. This trip so far, and we're not planning to go anywhere soon. But our other trips, when did we start coming here? 2016 or so?
Yes, 2016.
Yeah, something like that.
That was only the first month in Bohol. We stayed in Bohol for 1 month.
Yeah, we've been back and forth many times, back and forth to America and back here to pretty much the provinces, except we always landed in Cebu and spent some time up there, but never really got to check it out or live there. So our living experience has been in the provinces, which is going to reflect on this list our point of view. So we'll explain as we go. So let's start off with the Philippines, positive things that we feel better than the United States. So go at it, girl.
Friendly culture. Yeah, Philippines are very friendly culture. They welcome you with a smile. Very happy people, even if, as you can see, they live in a simple life, Bahay Kubo style, but they're just happy.
And sometimes they aren't smiley, and you know why?
Because they are shy.
Because they
live in the province for so long, just like me. I was in the province in my whole childhood, and then when I arrived to America, I was so shy. And then when John is walking in the crowded, I walk behind his back. The reason is I was so shy to people. I'm kind of hiding.
Yeah, you're hiding. I couldn't find you half the time. You're so tiny.
He used to get really pissed off.
Definitely couldn't find you in a crowd.
He's
no
like,
way.
"Where is my wife?" And I was so
She's
tiny.
always right behind me, and that was kind of frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, "No, don't do that. You're not, a worker or something."
So that was the shy over here.
Made me feel bad.
If you can see the Filipino is not smiling at you, give them a big smile and then they smile back.
That's a good tip.
Yes.
Give them a smile, and 99% of the time they smile back.
Yes, and then you can see how smiley they are. All right, next. The Sunday market is much better over here. Is that true?
They're all over the place too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and then they have markets that are on Sunday that are outdoor markets that are always available. So I think that as long as the world's over here stays calm and everything's fine, there should not be a problem with food supply because fruits, vegetables, and everything grows so quickly here.
Yes.
So quickly. It's amazing. And it's such a variety of foods.
Next is very family oriented over here in the Philippines. Like when it comes to birthday parties, holidays, occasion, whatever occasion, the family has to come home to their family to celebrate, especially birthdays. They are really into birthdays over here.
Yeah,
They like to have parties.
it's a happy culture. It's they're more festive. They they'll spend all their money on parties for the family and or trips to go to the beach and whatever they're going to do. But they do. It's all about the kids, and it's not. One thing about I really like is it's by and large not political. But there are politics here. But in the provinces, with the average person, it's not too political at all. You know, it's not like a divided nation like the USA.
Yeah, and the kids over here, even if they grow up already and they're not married yet, they're still living with their papa and mama in the house. Even if they are married already, they're still living with the parents. That's we call it family oriented. In America, I think when you are 18, is that true? And then you have to be out.
Well, that used to be the way, but now people can't afford to be out. You know, so the kids have to stay at home, and that's kind of how it was about 60 years ago in America too. The kids, when they get older, they work for their parents. They help support their parents when they're old, because the Social Security system over here is one of the negative things, I will say, because it's almost non-existent. Although they do have one, it's such a tiny Social Security that the family has to take care of itself.
Yeah, yes. Very good heart people, because as John said, the kids, when they start their job, they're thinking their parents, they have to send money to their parents, especially they call it the breadwinner over here. So it's kind of a kids over here, it's kind of a kids obligation to help their parents. It's kind of a culture. I don't know why it's that you think about your parents. So that's why when you have a little money, you help your parents over here.
Well, that's because the kids are so close to their parents.
Yeah, they're really good bonding. Maybe the kids are mostly over here breastfeeding.
Breastfeeding too long? Yeah.
Too long.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you think the kids? Why do you think they're so close to their parents? Because they do everything all together, and they live in the same house,
yes,
and they have
bonding
they have
together.
community, a good sense of community, which, yeah, is something
Yeah.
sorely lacking in America.
It's just the blood connected. That's why it's really big and family oriented over here. Even me, I'm married right now, but I'm still thinking over there. But you know,
Well, it's like the overseas workers. You know, they go
yes,
go through immense hardships going to foreign countries just to make a decent wage and send it home to their parents.
yeah,
And then they fly back once a year. Sometimes they don't come back for several years. And sometimes they even have to leave their children with their parents, their young ones, or whatever, to the parents will raise them while they go make a decent wage.
and then
Because
send their money. Yeah,
yeah, the problem is the wages are not so good
yeah. So
here.
yeah, those are I salute to those OFW workers.
Yeah. So in short, it's very family orientated,
Yes.
and that's a good thing.
Okay, next, cheap rent over here.
And why is it cheap? Because the economy won't support high rents. It just won't, because even so, with the foreigners coming over here and raising the rents, because they do have higher incomes for bringing over and retirements and of various kinds, they just they can afford the rents, but the locals can't, and there's not enough foreigners with the high incomes to drive the prices way up. And at the same time, land is still cheap, even in what they consider here to be expensive, like in Dumaguete now it's considered to be kind of expensive. And they don't have to import them. Most of everything is right here.
Yeah, because everything grows over here. Like in my mom's house right now in Bohol, they just kind of they eat something and they throw the seeds in the backyard. And then the next week, 2 weeks later, you will see the seeds grow up.
It's starting to grow already. Huh?
Yeah, that's funny over
That's
here.
true. I've seen that.
Yeah. Okay. We're still in the positive here in the Philippines. How about the Philippines doesn't start wars? They want peace.
Oh, they're not a aggressive military. They don't start wars, and yeah, we'll get into America in a minute on that issue. but they're a peaceful nation, and that's the way they want it to remain. Yeah, and they've proven that recently with the actions in China against them in the sea.
Yeah, the West Philippine Sea, the trouble going on in there, and then they say that they don't want to start wars. They want peace. So
Yeah.
that's very nice.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear that. Okay, next, positive growth rate.
Oh, yeah, I mentioned that one to Marie. She was not really aware of it so much, but she knows that there are kids being born left and right everywhere around here. It's like,
Oh
and
my
even
God.
though they can't seemingly afford it, they keep having them, and they manage. I mean, they manage.
The tribe.
They do. They
Yeah.
thrive, and they become mostly good kids, right?
Yeah, I
It
noticed
seems to
it.
me, and
Yeah.
they seem to grow up respectful, unless they've had extreme hardship of some kind, maybe. But
Yeah, I noticed it before when I was growing up in the village in the province Bohol, and then I saw my neighbors. They live in the bahay kubo, and that tiny bahay kubo, there's mom and dad, and there's like 12 kids or 9 kids. They sleep together. They grew up together.
did they sleep on the floor?
They sleep in the floor.
Boy,
No electric fan.
no electric fan.
Nope.
Oh my God.
So yeah, and then that time I realized, that's too much kids. And then I have 7 siblings, and then I kind of realized. I said, I started to think, if I have a kids like that, those are a lot. And then I don't know if I can buy clothes for them, I can feed for them. And I said, okay, I'm just gonna have 2. I just want a girl and boy, and then I have it.
Well, when you have a growth rate that's as positive as it is in the Philippines, that's a very strong indicator for the health of a nation. And sadly, we'll get to America, but around the world, there's a declining population. So that indicates to me that the world is not a happy place, and it's not prosperous. If people are so fearful, they won't have children.
Yes.
And there's a lot of studies on that one, so it's worth getting into. But it's very true. The Philippines has a very thriving culture.
All right, let's go to the bad one.
Bad
You
one.
ready?
What about the Philippines?
Yeah, Philippines.
There's nothing bad about the Philippines.
Well, they have poor
Some struggles.
government retirement plans.
Well, just the Social Security here is very tiny, and they really can't live on it.
Just like my dad, he is 62 years old already. And then he did not receive his Social Security until he was like 61 because he has to wait in the line. They are on the line, a lot's in the line. And then that first one has to die first. That's reality. He gets old or sick, he has to die first before the next one can get the money, the Social Security. So they're in the line. Whoever,
And who handles that distribution? Isn't it the barangay?
I think the mayor, and then the mayor distribute
mayor?
it to the barangay, something like that.
Yeah, and sometimes that money gets diverted to somebody else in preference to the mayor.
Like my mom is
So
already.
it can even be political.
My mom is really kind of sad last few months ago because she is in the line also. Somebody died in front of her, and then they still don't get mom. They goes to the behind to mom because they said, because they said my mom has a rich son-in-law,
Yeah, they think
so they
I'm
didn't
rich.
give to mom.
Yeah.
Even my mom said that it's not my money. That's their money.
Yeah, so somebody's calculating who deserves it more. So that's an absurdity.
And
but-
it's only like 500 pesos a month.
yeah, which is $10 a month.
Yes, monthly.
You hear me, guys? I said $10 a month.
So
for
that's why we call
for
it-
their Social Security.
Yeah, poor government retirement plans.
So that would go a long way to improve that system for the people.
Yeah. Okay, over here, citizenship not avail to foreigner.
Think about it, guys. Over here, my kids are dual citizens, and I'm a citizen of the United States, but
You cannot be.
I can never be a Philippine citizen, and that'll really basically just
Yeah.
can't be one. I've heard rumors that you could be, but I've spoken directly with JRC,
They said no.
Immigration Services, and he said no, you cannot be a citizen of the Philippines. So you won't have the rights, whatever those rights are, of being a Filipino Philippine citizen. So that's definitely a negative. I would like to see him change that someday to be more reasonable. Like Costa Rica, I think you can get citizenship if I'm not mistaken, guys. And many other countries you can get dual citizenship. But here,
It's hard
my
over here.
understanding. I can't get that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, low wages.
Extremely low wages. A construction worker, skilled, is commonly paid right now at about 600 pesos per day, and that's only about $11 per day.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, and then housekeeping over here, all around. Monthly is like, you're lucky if you get 8,000 a month. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's why I notice a lot of expats come over here and really make out well by hiring the locals to work for them and build their homes. So they're living in homes at a very tiny fraction of what it would cost in the United States. in
yeah,
many
so
areas.
yeah, it might be like 300 pesos for these workers, like they work at the restaurant, like right
300
here.
pesos
yeah.
per day?
Yeah, 300 pesos per day in short.
Right.
Yeah,
And that's how much?
that's like
$6.
$6.
Ooh, boy, that's very depressing.
That's why mostly over here, the nurse, the teacher, they wants to go work abroad. Like the nurse wants to go to USA because it's a big wage
Increase,
over there. Yeah,
big wage, yeah,
teacher,
increase.
they wants to be abroad. So I can't
You
blame them.
can't blame them. And then they want to work their 10 years for 40 quarters with Social Security. Then they aim to move back to the Philippines once they qualify for Social Security and live the rest of their life with their guaranteed income.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're lucky enough to get a pension in the United States as well. Yeah, the Mexicans have been doing that for almost 100 years. Well, the Social Security system began somewhere around the 1960s, if I'm not mistaken, in America. Go ahead.
Okay, next, lack of infrastructure and civil services.
Now, like I said, when we started the video, this is from our perspective from living in the provinces. And the big difference between living in the provinces and living in Manila, or maybe more like Manila and Iloilo maybe, and a lot of other places. Lack of infrastructure is a real challenge because here, for instance, in Valencia and Dumaguete and around this region in Negros Oriental, they have brownouts all the time because the electric grid can't handle the bad weather. And since there's no electric, they can't pump water to the different villages and barangays. So, and then there's the issue with the streets. They're always working on the streets trying to get them improved. However, because there's so many houses pre-built over the 100 years, they don't have the streets aren't wide enough to really accommodate what they need to do, which is build much wider roads, more stop signs, stop lights, parking and sidewalks, parking for businesses and sidewalks for just walking for the residents in their neighborhoods. You kind of take your life in your hands when you walk on the streets up here in the provinces.
Yeah.
So you got to watch yourself real well.
Okay, next is no illegal immigration tolerated here in the Philippines.
That is one of my favorite pluses about the Philippines, guys. As you know, America is an absolute disaster and so much politics involved, and allowing everybody to come in to America that they come in illegally, and that seems to be just okay with the people in charge right now. That will soon be kicked out of office with the election, I hope. But over here in the Philippines, I see no tolerance whatsoever with illegal immigration. I don't hear about it. No one's talking about it. It's just not an issue.
Yeah, mostly.
I love that about this country. That's it. And America won't do it, but it's political.
Yes. Yeah, I heard news. Mostly they send back the illegal alien, like they're from China, they're from Malaysia. They send back They don't really tolerate.
Yeah. Now we'll get foreigners over here in the Philippines that came over legally, like on visas, and overstayed their visas, and some of them are still here.
They're hiding.
They're hiding, and yes, well, they are hiding.
Yeah. Let's go to the USA. What's the good in USA? Okay, number 1 is clean air.
You like clean air?
Oh yeah, I miss the clean air over there.
How about when they burn trash next door and it comes over here into our property here?
That's the thing.
Valencia.
Yeah, if it comes to the clean air, I'll pick USA.
Yeah, they have a lot of rules and stuff about that in various areas. You know, some are really strict. And it's surprising how strict they are. That you can't even burn your wood-burning stove inside your house to keep warm in California. You know, there's just certain exceptions to that, but yeah, clean air.
Yeah,
is
over
the
here
biggest-
when our neighbors start burning trash, and then we all say, "Okay, close the window, close the window."
Yeah, and even though it's illegal to do that, and the barangay captain should come over and stop it, but
They don't force
nobody
the law.
complains.
Yeah,
You know, people maybe are afraid to complain or just think it's useless.
yeah, because they all the same. They're all doing the same thing. So
Yeah, they all want to burn their trash.
yes,
But it's too bad because the houses and the lots are too close to each other over here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
okay, clean water.
we do have clean water in the States. We don't have to buy bottled water as much as we do over here. It's really required. But in the States, we did use purified water. We had our own little purifier in our kitchen.
Oh yes.
You know, we did use purified because nobody really wants to drink the tap water in America.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but still, it's much cleaner.
More cleaner,
Much
yes.
cleaner. You know, you're not going to likely get a terrible infection or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just gross. So,
Okay, number 3, better highways.
better highways in America?
Yes.
You think it's better than the provinces?
Oh yeah, yeah. We receive a lot of comments right now in the recent video that Maurice, you should learn how to drive because if your husband is going somewhere, and then you can bring the kids to go anywhere. It's true. I agree with that. But right here in the Philippines, to tell you the truth, when I watch John driving, oh God, it's so scary. The drivers are so scary over here. No control. And all of these drivers, they're like 13-year-old, they start to drive already and they don't even know the rules. It's so scary. Not like in America that you have to pass the test, you have to have a driver license before you can start driving. Over here, no, very scary because I watched John, he was driving like that. All of a sudden there's a kid, motorcycle just go wing in a zigzag style. And I said, oh no, I can't do that.
More reckless than Americans that haven't been abroad like this that can even imagine it. So it's very reckless
Yeah.
over here, and there's almost no law enforcement when it comes to like writing tickets, citations, you know, for like violations, you know, in the traffic rules. And on top of that, there's up here in Valencia, there's only 4 stop signs.
Yes.
And forget about stoplights. There's no
The stoplights, yes, that's
and
the
there's
one.
blind spots everywhere, and animals running everywhere across the road. They cause a lot of accidents.
Yeah, the dog, the cat, whatever. Yeah, that's why Brianna asked one time, what happened over here? There is no stoplights. You know, she
Right.
noticed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So
More medical freedom and home birthing.
that's for the USA for sure.
Yes, USA.
Yeah, you still have the right to have your children born at home and with a certified midwife. And we have a really good one, Misty McBride. She home birthed both of our children in our own domicile, and it was the most blessed experience of our life. And we even have a video, I don't know if you guys have seen that one, but the home birth of Bryson in Reno, Nevada in a hotel room.
Yeah.
Did I just say hotel room?
Yeah.
Can you guys
we have
believe
a
that?
story about that.
And it was sweet, wonderful, and safe.
Yes, very safe.
Yeah, the blessed thing we ever did. And,
Yeah.
Well, Bria was first.
Brianna
was
is born
first.
in the apartment and Bryson was born in the hotel.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. And we keep them pure blood, if you know what I mean, guys.
Yes.
Yeah, we keep them safe and protected from the medical establishment.
Yeah, over here, when you give birth, it has to be in the hospital. and then the father, I think, cannot come in during the birth.
No, they they bully the parents. They bully them, absolutely bully them, and they have an arrogant attitude, and they kick the father out. They don't want him in there. They don't want him. And America, you can be inside the operating room because a lot of people, women in America, have C-sections, but you can be in there during the delivery, even for a C-section.
Wow, it's not
Yeah.
strict over there, huh?
Yeah. Well, things change. You never know.
Okay, civil liberties.
Civil liberties. I think we have much more civil liberties in the United States and protections under our Constitution and the amendments to the Constitution. And what I like about America, you have the freedom of speech. And in America, we do have free speech. I don't feel that we have so much of that over here, although I don't let it quell me too much. I still say what I like to say, but I'm try to be polite and courteous but I get along better over here because I'm a lot less stressed over here.
Excellent clothes shopping. Why did you say that?
I put that one in there, guys, because the clothes over here aren't my favorite. I have to order some things on Shopee, but as far as the clothes in America, I really like them much better. I like the shoes much better. A lot of people will agree with me on that one from America. And they're just made differently also. Yeah.
Well, for him, America, but for me, here in the Philippines, because
this is good for you.
yes, over here is me and Brianna both. We
Yeah,
shopping
they're
in
happy.
Shopee all the time, cheap clothes in America.
Can you please stop?
What?
Stop buying so many clothes.
Oh,
We-
I got a
Our
lot of
place
clothes.
isn't that big over here.
I really like the clothings over here, to tell you the truth, guys. Maybe because it's my size, Filipino size.
Mm-hmm.
In America, I can't find my size over there, and then it's expensive. It's always like $19.99,
Yeah, they do that. Oh, that's a really irritating thing about America.
$9.99.
No, and that's the most insulting, degrading thing, to put it 0.99 on the prices. They do
Yeah.
it on everything. They won't just round it up. In the Philippines, they'll put it like 300 pesos. Okay, they'll put it won't be 300.99 pesos. you
Yeah,
know.
so that's America's
No, America,
prices.
that's so cheesy. You got to stop it, guys, in America. Get that pricing 99 out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. So better restaurants
much better restaurants.
in America.
Well, I think it depends on your culture because my taste is for American restaurants. Well,
Yeah.
first of all, American food, I should say, because I don't really like restaurants too much anymore.
Yeah, we don't really do that.
But we were talking this morning before doing this video, like in my 30s and 40s, when I was working lots of hours in the studios, and I was living in Studio City, and there were so many nice restaurants all around there in West LA and on Ventura Boulevard. Yeah, I really miss the action, and it was really stylish and cool. This is going back to the 80s,
Yeah, I remember that when
Things were much better in the 80s.
Yeah, I remember also when we were in Glendale. Well, we're staying in our hotel there, and then you were working, and then when you come home from work, we go to the restaurant. I really enjoyed it. That was in Burbank.
Yeah, what was that one in Burbank, that Mexican food one?
Casitas.
Casitas?
Yes.
Yeah, no, there was another one, the sit-down restaurant.
Don Coco.
Oh, yeah, Don Cuco's. They have one in Glendale and one in Burbank. Yeah, that was
There's
a favorite.
Marie Calendar.
No, that was...
What's the name of that one?
No, that turned out to be a flop. That's also in Glendale.
Well, we used
Yes,
to eat there, and then we stopped because we find out something.
Well, the service was crappy.
There's also very expensive steak. They call it Damon Steak House.
Oh, Damon's Steakhouse. You guys from that area in L.A. Would know that one, but I've had a few good experiences. But I like the food better in America. Just that even the food we just take home and cook. I like it, but I do miss foods from here. So it's really hard to judge that one.
I think
It
for
depends.
me,
Like Americans will probably miss their food over there, when they're living over here,
yeah.
and the Filipinos living in America will miss.
We
their
miss the food here. Yeah. Lots of outdoors parks in America.
That's for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, they did a great job across the nation. Um,
Yeah, even Brianna said, Mom, we can't really find any outdoor parks over here. That's the only one right here in Valencia.
yeah.
We go, and then it's not that clean. So in America, there's a lot of outdoor parks over there, clean,
All over Florida,
nice, and big.
all over various places, you know.
Even in Reno, there's a lot of good ones there.
Yeah,
Just cold.
it's very cold and dry and
Yeah.
very long winters.
Clean rivers and lakes, and also clean sidewalks in America.
Very, very true.
Yeah, it's true. Over
Yeah,
there, big
America's
sidewalks.
great infrastructure for many things, you know. But over here, I don't feel so good walking around because it's kind of well, there's no sidewalks.
No sidewalks.
Very few sidewalks in the provinces. I'm talking the provinces here. Same with in Bohol, same thing, but not so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would like to walk a lot more, you know. But it's not only just there's no sidewalks. There's pollution as you walk, you know, various times.
Yeah, so also a cleaner public restroom in America.
Yeah, in fact, there's laws and requirements. You'll still find some that get around the laws in America. It's very common to find nice rest rooms.
Yeah, over here is so funny because to tell you the truth, mostly restroom over here. No toilet paper when you come in.
You do have the hose sometimes.
Yes, they have the bucket or the thing, whatever to clean up, whatever you're doing. But they have the faucet to wash your hand, but it's just no toilet paper. And then if you stop some of the restroom over here, there's a person in there in the front asking for coins, and then she will say, okay, what do you want, ma'am? You want number 1 or number 2? Number 1 is 5 pesos, number 2 is 10 pesos.
Yeah,
and then there is no toilet paper.
Yeah, and it's filthy, and it's wet on the floor.
So that's another bad over here.
Now that again,
I don't know.
That's mostly I would say in the provinces.
Provinces, mostly, yeah.
Mostly.
But yeah, even when we're driving to Cebu, and
Yeah.
then we stop to use the restroom, the same. There's
Yeah,
no toilet
same.
paper.
You got it. Yeah, and I remember you had to pay to use the bathroom one time.
I know.
The filthy bathroom.
This is just our opinion. I don't know if you guys experience about this restroom
Yeah.
over here.
We've seen it a lot, but I'm sure it's not everywhere.
Yes. So that's it. That's all for the comparison of the Philippines and USA.
Well, I hope it doesn't sound like you were complaining.
We're not complaining. Somebody's asking us, and we're telling the truth. This is just based in our observation and opinion.
We could add so much more to the list on both sides.
Yes. Yeah. So I have a question for you.
What?
Which country is better to live? Is it USA or Philippines?
I don't know. But it just depends on how I feel that month.
I know.
Yeah.
It
There's
depends.
sometimes when I get frustrated a little bit with the language, and it's my fault because I can't seem to learn it, and you won't teach me any of your Bisaya. But I'm not going to blame it on you, you know.
Yeah, the funny thing is, John and I were always talking really good, like almost every morning. And then if we got pissed off, we'll say, let's go back to America. And then if we heard something in America, let's stay here.
Yeah. Well, things seem to be looking a little better for America. We're looking for some good news November 6th after the election. I hope things change.
Yes.
Looking forward to some brighter days in America, some happiness.
So my advice to you, wherever you feel like you are happy, then stay there, and then just enjoy every minute because life is short.
And also, think about this, you know, if you can have 2 homes. I know people over here from America that have a home in America and a home here.
Mm-hmm.
And you can live in both places if you can deal with the travel back and forth once a year.
Yes.
You know, or whatever you want to do. So
Yes.
it's just totally optional what you feel like you're up to doing.
Yeah, because for us, we're thinking like that too, that 6 months over here, 6 months over there, or once we go back to America, we might like it over there more, and then we'll stay longer. Just like that.
Hmm.
Just
Yeah.
follow your heart.
I just love to see America be a peaceful nation and stop starting wars. No more wars. Pray for peace in the world.
Peace.
Peace out. See
So
you.
that's all for today, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.
I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. Oh, I never knew you were someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what